Okay, for this story, I have to take you back in time, way back, 30 plus years and 100 pounds ago, before we had cell phones in our pockets. I remember waking up and I couldn't see anything. And it wasn't dark, it was black. And I thought, oh my God, I'm blind. And I went to touch my face and I couldn't move my arms. I thought, oh my God, I'm paralyzed. And I couldn't move my legs either. And I tried to touch my legs with my hands and I couldn't. But everything hurt. Everything hurt. And I thought, how could I be paralyzed and still have everything hurt? And then, I realized I don't know anything about being paralyzed. So maybe everything does hurt when you're paralyzed. How did I get here? And I thought about the night before. I had gone to a party, and it was a big deal party. This was right after college. I wanted to get into television, and one of the local Philadelphia big TV stations was having a huge party to celebrate something in the ratings. And I had gotten an invitation from a friend of a friend of a friend, and I was hoping to meet somebody and get a job. And I end up going to this huge party out on Philadelphia's main line, in this giant mansion with this huge lawn, big swimming pool, jacuzzi, valet parking at the house. It was, and the party was full of local celebrities, Philadelphia celebrities, the news anchors and the reporters and the weather girls and the local politicians and athletes from the Sixers and from the Eagles. It was a big deal party. And I remember there was a lot of cocaine there. And I could tell because people would disappear for a little bit and then they'd come back and they'd be talking really loud and really fast and they think everything they said was really, really interesting. And I thought, oh God, I hope I didn't do any cocaine. Because I had done it once. And when I did it, I thought, oh my God, this feels incredible. I can imagine myself doing this all day, every day for the rest of my life. So I never did it again. I hope I didn't get into any cocaine. I remember at one point there were two women swimming naked in the pool. And one of them was the local weather girl. And everybody was talking about it, how scandalous it was. And then two big fat guys from the sales department started cannonballing them, and that was the end of that. And I remember at one point I was sitting at a table with local news anchor on one side, a member of the Philadelphia 76ers, and a state senator. And we're all doing shots of some liquor that I could still not afford to buy today. And that was pretty much all I could remember from the night before. So I'm laying there in my paralysis, and it smells awful. It smells like somebody had gotten sick. And I thought that's a good thing, because if I was dead, it wouldn't smell like this. And I thought, unless I was in hell, then it would definitely smell like this. And I finally had an epiphany. It was actually a leg cramp, but it was the best leg cramp ever, because I inadvertently stretched my leg out from the cramp and hit something. And I thought, I can feel something. I can feel something under my foot. And I kicked and I kicked. And finally, my knees separated from whatever was holding them, and I could move my legs. I could kick my bottom legs out from my knee. And I kept kicking and kicking and kicking, and I was able to roll over onto my back, and my arms were free, and my head was free. I was like, oh, thank God. And I'm laying there in the dark and like looking around, and I'm still seeing nothing. And I realize I know where I am. I'm in the back seat of a car. Somehow I had passed out and fallen face down between the front and the back seat of the car in such a way that it pinned my face, my arms, and my legs. So I find the door, and I get the door open, and it's like, the alarm's going off, and my head is like about to explode. And I just kind of flow out of the car because I really can't control my muscles yet. I'm onto a concrete floor, and in the distance, I see a little red dot. I think, oh, I can see something. And I start crawling toward the red dot. And as I get closer, I see it's an exit sign. And next to the exit sign's a door. And I get to my feet, and I walk to the door, and I push it open, and whoosh, atomic blast, direct sunlight in my eyes. And I fall through the doorway onto the sidewalk, and I'm laying on the sidewalk waiting for my head to stop exploding. And I'm looking around, and I know where I am. I'm on Walnut Street in Center City, Philadelphia, and I've just come out of the garage of, pretty expensive high-rise apartment building. I'm like, what do I do? No cell phone, no change to call anybody. I'm 2 hours from home. I'm God knows how long from my car back at the party, but I'm only a few blocks from work. So in my unstable state, I decide to go into work. And I stand up, and I see my reflection in a car window, and I have two giant red welts on either side of my face and a red welt on my nose, and my hair is sticking straight up on one side, and there's stuff in it. And the clothes I had worn to the party were kind of matted down, and so I walked a few blocks to work. I go in, I sit down at my cubicle. I call a buddy and say, come pick me up. He said, I'll be there in 90 minutes. And everybody's looking at me. Nobody's said anything to me yet. And I'm like, if they ask, nobody's going to believe I was doing shots with the local TV anchor and one of the Sixers. So that was about the time people were wearing those WWJD bracelets. I thought, well, what would Jesus do? I thought Jesus would explain nothing and leave. And that's what I did. I got up and left. And I have not told anybody that story until right now. Thank you.